I am psychologist and professional life coach Dr. Pamela Thompson, and this is the month of March dedicated to celebrating the history of women. And I have a job where I have the great privilege of talking with fabulous women all day, every day, and especially at the Women's to Women's Conference in 2016, just held a few weeks ago. And so I've been thinking a lot this month about what makes the difference between a girl and a woman. Because we surely know that it's not just chronological age, because we all know some 60-year-olds who behave like little girls with temper tantrums and everything. So these are some of my thoughts, and I welcome yours. The first thing that comes to mind when I think about what makes a woman is that a woman knows how to set boundaries. She knows how to have these permeable boundaries around her that lets the good in and keeps the bad, toxic, negative, hating out. She knows where she ends and somebody else begins, and vice versa. And therefore, she doesn't have to over-involve herself in other people's lives and issues and thinking of herself as the only person who can fix it and the only one who must come to the rescue. She understands that other people have to grow at their own pace, and that means they have to make their own mistakes. And so she knows how to set boundaries, and she understands that boundaries are, in fact, our friends. They keep us in relationship with people because we know how to keep their stuff out when it begins to impact the relationship negatively. The second thing I know about women is that they solve problems and make decisions according to some particular set of guiding principles. If you've never heard of this book or read this book, let me highly recommend it as the source of the wisest foundation you can set for solving problems and making decisions effectively. And it is called the Bible. You may have heard of it. I highly recommend it. When there is a compass or a barometer that determines one's course, it becomes very easy for your yes to mean yes and your no to mean no. And here's the best part, you know why. That makes all the difference in the world. The third thing that I know about women is that women, and this is a big one by the way, women learn that they have to stop expecting an elephant to meow because elephants don't meow. Well, what do you mean by that, Dr. Thompson? I'm so glad you asked. Here's what I mean. They understand that they have to stop beating their heads against the wall, expecting someone to meet a certain need who has in fact never met that need. They have to gravitate toward those who are actually equipped to meet their needs for love and affection and time and attention and care. And they stop wasting their time, their energy, their resources, seeking that from people who simply are not equipped to provide that need. The next thing I know about women is that women understand the difference between thoughts, feelings, and actions. Those are three distinctly unique entities, and women understand the difference. They understand that you have a right to your feelings, but you don't have a right to hold anybody hostage to your feelings. And so just because you happen to be extremely angry and all of that is bubbling up inside of you, it does not give you a right to treat somebody any kind of way, say anything you want to say to somebody just because you were angry. You still have the power of self-control, and you can still channel that anger to be used effectively. The other thing is that just because you've got all these feelings bubbling up about this guy and oh my gosh, I've got to act on these feelings, no you don't. You have to engage your brain at some point. You have to use thoughts to make decisions, quality decisions about who you are going to allow to have a front row seat in your heart, in your life, in your soul, in your body, in your mind. So those three things are different: thoughts, feelings, and actions. The next thing I know about women is that women stop fighting battles and wars that have absolutely nothing to do with their mission here on earth. They learn how to recognize those distractions sooner rather than later so that they don't get off course and get all entangled in something that takes them way off track from their godly purpose. The last thing I know about women, but certainly not the least thing, is that she knows that she needs others, that she has weaknesses and vulnerabilities and deficits and flaws, and that she has to have others to stand in the gap for her, with her, when there is darkness and confusion. She knows that, and so she's comfortable asking for help when she needs it, and she's strong enough to be vulnerable. These are a few things I know about women for sure. I want to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for listening. This is Dr. Pam Thompson. Bye-bye.